Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop trying so hard for something, it suddenly shows up? You stop checking your phone every 5 minutes, and that's exactly when the message arrives. You stop desperately job hunting, and an opportunity finds you through someone you weren't even expecting. This isn't a coincidence, and it isn't some strange trick of fate. It's actually one of the most important and most misunderstood truths about manifestation. That forcing something is often the very thing that keeps it away, and relaxing into it is often the thing that finally lets it in. Most of us have been taught the opposite our entire lives. We're told that if we want something badly enough, we need to push harder, work more, try harder, chase more aggressively. And in the physical world of effort and labor, that often works. If you want a stronger body, you push harder in the gym. If you want a cleaner house, you put in more physical effort. But manifestation doesn't operate by the same rules as physical labor. And this is exactly where so many people get stuck. They take the logic of the physical world, more effort equals more results, and they apply it to the inner world of belief and imagination, where it actually works in reverse. In the inner world, tension, force, and desperate effort don't speed things up. They slow things down, because they are rooted in the belief that you don't already have what you want. And that underlying belief is exactly what keeps the thing at a distance. Neville Goddard talked extensively about this idea of relaxed assumption. He explained that when you truly believe something is yours, there is no anxious, forceful energy behind wanting it. Because you don't force yourself to believe the sun will rise tomorrow, you simply know it will. That calm, effortless knowing is completely different from the tight, gripping energy most people bring to their desires. When you're forcing something, checking constantly, worrying about the timeline, obsessing over how it's going to happen, you are unintentionally broadcasting the belief that it hasn't happened yet, that it's not secure, that you need to control every variable to make it real. And the universe, or your subconscious mind, or however you want to describe this deeper mechanism, responds to that feeling of lack, not to the words you're saying on the surface. Let's slow down and really understand why relaxing works so much better than forcing. When you force something, your entire nervous system shifts into a state of stress. Your body tightens, your thoughts become repetitive and anxious, and you start looking for evidence everywhere that things aren't working. Which, of course, you'll find, because whatever you're focused on tends to expand in your awareness. This creates a loop. You want something, you feel like you don't have it. That feeling of lack causes anxious effort. That anxious effort creates more focus on the lack, and the cycle continues, keeping you stuck in the very feeling you're trying to escape from. Relaxing breaks this loop entirely. When you let go of the tight grip, when you stop obsessively controlling the outcome, your nervous system settles. Your mind stops replaying worst-case scenarios, and you naturally shift into a state that feels much closer to already having what you want, rather than desperately lacking it. I think it's important to clarify what relaxing actually means here, because it's often misunderstood as doing nothing at all, giving up, or being passive. That's not what this is about. Relaxing into manifestation doesn't mean you stop taking any action in your life. It means you stop taking anxious, forceful, fear-driven action. And instead, you take action from a place of calm confidence, because you already trust the outcome is coming. There's a huge difference between sending 10 job applications a day out of sheer panic, refreshing your email every 10 minutes, feeling sick with worry, versus sending applications calmly, doing your part, and then releasing the outcome, trusting that the right one will land at the right time. Same external action in some cases, completely different internal energy behind it, and that internal energy is what actually shapes the result. Neville often spoke about the idea of the subconscious mind working best in a state similar to sleep, a relaxed, receptive state, free of tension and doubt. This is why so many manifestation techniques involve some form of relaxation before visualization, calming the body, calming the breath, quieting the constant chatter of the conscious mind. In that relaxed state, your subconscious becomes far more receptive to new beliefs, new assumptions, new feelings, because it's no longer being overridden by anxious, doubtful thoughts fighting against what you're trying to feel. Trying to force a new belief into an anxious, tense mind is like trying to plant a seed in rock-hard soil. It simply can't take root. But a relaxed mind is like soft, fertile soil, ready to receive whatever you plant in it. I want to share something from my own experience here, because I think it illustrates this so clearly. There was a period where I wanted something so badly that I could barely think about anything else. I was constantly strategizing, constantly worrying, constantly trying to control every possible variable to make it happen faster. And despite all that effort, nothing moved. If anything, things felt more stuck, more delayed, more resistant. It wasn't until I reached a point of genuine exhaustion, where I simply couldn't force it anymore, that I finally let go. Not in a defeated way, but in a way where I truly surrendered the how and the when, and just trusted that it would happen. And almost immediately after that shift, things that had felt completely stuck for months began moving. It wasn't logical from an effort-based perspective, because I was actually doing less externally at that point than I had been before. But internally, everything had changed. I had gone from a state of tense, anxious lack to a state of calm, trusting acceptance. This is why Neville often emphasized state over action. He believed that your dominant inner state, the emotional and mental atmosphere you consistently live in, is far more influential in shaping your reality than any specific action you take. Two people can take the exact same actions, send the same number of messages, attend the same interviews, put in the same physical effort, but if one person's inner state is anxious and forceful, while the other's is calm and trusting, they will experience different outcomes, because the state itself is doing far more work than the visible action. Let's talk about why forcing feels so tempting, even though it often backfires. Forcing gives us an illusion of control. When we feel powerless or uncertain, forcing feels like doing something, like we're actively influencing the outcome, even if that forcing is coming from fear rather than genuine belief. Relaxing, on the other hand, can feel uncomfortable at first, because it requires trusting something we can't fully see or control yet. It feels almost irresponsible to some people, like if I'm not constantly pushing, worrying, and strategizing, I'm somehow neglecting the situation. But this discomfort is exactly the resistance you have to move through in order to shift into a more receptive, magnetic state. Relaxing isn't irresponsibility. It's actually a deeper form of trust. Trust that your inner belief, your assumption, is doing the real work behind the scenes, even when you can't visibly track its progress. Another important piece of this is releasing attachment to the specific timeline and method. A lot of people say they're relaxed about something, but the moment a day passes without visible progress, they spiral into anxiety again. True relaxed manifestation isn't a one-time event. It's a consistent state you return to, again and again, especially when doubt creeps back in, which it naturally will. The goal isn't to never feel doubt. The goal is to notice when you're gripping too tightly and gently release that grip over and over until relaxed trust becomes your new default state rather than something you have to consciously force yourself into. I also want to address something people often misunderstand, which is the fear that if they relax too much, they lose motivation entirely, or become lazy, or stop caring about their goals. This isn't what happens when the process works correctly. When you truly trust that something is already yours, you don't lose motivation. Your motivation simply changes in quality. Instead of being driven by fear, desperation, or scarcity, you're driven by inspired action. Action that feels aligned, exciting, and natural, rather than exhausting and forced. You'll still take steps, you'll still show up, but it will feel completely different, lighter, easier, less like pushing a boulder uphill, and more like walking down a path that's already been laid out in front of you. There's also something powerful in understanding that the universe, or your subconscious, doesn't need your constant supervision to bring something into form. Just like you don't consciously control your heartbeat, your digestion, or the growth of your hair, there are processes happening beneath your conscious awareness that don't require your anxious oversight to function correctly. Manifestation works similarly. Once you've planted a clear, felt assumption, the mechanism that brings that assumption into physical form doesn't need you obsessively checking on it every hour. In fact, that obsessive checking often interferes with the process, the same way constantly digging up a planted seed to check if it's growing would prevent it from ever properly rooting. So, what does this actually look like in practice? It starts with noticing when you're in a forcing state. Signs of this include obsessively checking for progress, feeling anxious when things don't move as fast as you want, needing constant reassurance, feeling tense or on edge when you think about your goal, and needing to control every detail of how it happens. When you notice these signs, the practice is simple, though not always easy. You pause, you take a breath, and you consciously choose to release the grip. You remind yourself that you've already done the inner work of assuming and believing, and now it's time to let the outer world catch up in its own timing. You return your attention to trust, to calm, to the quiet inner knowing that this is already yours, rather than something you have to desperately fight for. Relaxing into manifestation also means becoming comfortable with not knowing exactly how or when something will happen. This is often the hardest part, because our minds crave certainty and control. But paradoxically, the more comfortable you become with not knowing the details, while still holding a calm certainty about the outcome itself, the faster things tend to move, because you've removed the resistance created by anxious control and made space for solutions and opportunities to arrive in ways you couldn't have planned or predicted on your own. I want to leave you with this thought. If something in your life feels stuck right now, ask yourself honestly, am I forcing this? Or am I trusting this? Am I gripping tightly out of fear? Or am I relaxed because I genuinely believe this is already mine? The answer to that question often reveals exactly why something feels stuck in the first place. And the shift out of that stuck feeling rarely comes from trying harder. It comes from finally, consciously, choosing to relax, to trust, and to let the deeper intelligence behind your imagination do the work that your anxious effort was never actually capable of doing in the first place. Stop forcing it. Let the universe do the work. Your only job is to believe, relax, and let go.